During Mesut Özil's last season at the club, or Arsenal rather, at the club, he spoke about the Uyghur situation in China, the Muslims over there, and although the club didn't say it, I'm sure most people will agree this is exactly why he had to leave the club and the way he was treated before he left. And many people were critical of Arsenal, but also many were critical of him. But since then, we have seen how they have dealt with certain players, whether they're speaking for Palestine particularly, whether they spoke to Elneny. Then also we have saw the kit man that has been there for a long time, the way they dealt with him, even though he didn't breach any FA rules, and that was said in an email, he was still sacked. We see the way Arsenal behaves; they are absolutely unacceptable the way they behave, and we hope that they continue to fail performing in the Champions League and the Premier League. They can win the FA Cups and whatever. I don't want them to win those, but if they win those, who cares if they win those? It's not going to make much of a difference to them. But we hope they continue to bottle the Premier League year after year and the Champions League. And some people were saying, Mesut Özil, he was just saying about the Uyghurs for whatever reason, other reasons that he had allegedly. Yeah, we have seen since then he has still spoken about the Uyghurs and Palestine and other countries, and now we have seen, and this is from his Facebook post, I spent my first day of Ramadan in the Rohingya camps in Cox Bazar, Bangladesh with Mr. Bilal Erdogan. I don't know if he's related to the president or not. We saw some incredible work being done at a field hospital, school and vocational training center, and thanks to Tika and Diyanet Vakfi. But we can do more for our Rohingya brothers and sisters. Let's come together and make a difference. So you can see all those years later, he's still speaking about them, and not only that, now he's going a step further to go and visit some of them in the camps in Bangladesh. And that too during Ramadan. We know Ramadan can be a challenging time for anybody because you're changing your habits in terms of eating and drinking, trying to do more worship, and then traveling and doing something like this. Something positive to see, and it shows you, like some people like to claim, it wasn't a stunt with him speaking about the Uyghurs. First of all, it doesn't make any sense because he ultimately, it was the end of his career in terms of Arsenal. He might have lost sponsors, he might have lost money and other things. So whoever said that is obviously just doesn't want him to speak about the Uyghurs and wants to discredit him. But you can see it wasn't a stunt, and he's still speaking about them. And he's gone to visit some of them in Bangladesh, and it's positive to see. Hopefully, other people around the world with influence are also going to speak about the Uyghur situation, because people often get excited when China speaks about Palestine and Gaza and whatever else. But I also always mention they can speak about that if they want to. That's positive. But what you are doing to your own people over there is absolutely unacceptable. And like many people always say, until they are all free, then nobody's free. So even let's say Palestine was free, and so was Sudan, and all these other countries, we'll still speak about the Uyghur situation because it's something that needs to be spoken about. And of course, the UK and other places have spoken about it for political reasons. If they actually cared, they would have done things to make a real impact, to make sure China feels the impact rather than just scoring points, if you like. But it's good to see Mesut Özil doing this. Hopefully, other sports people and other famous people will do similar or speak about it because they have a big audience to speak about it too and raise awareness to. And I'm sure many people still don't know about it because it's not often spoken about as much as Palestine or Sudan or elsewhere. And it needs to be spoken about. And I'm sure a lot of people don't even think there's any Muslims in China to begin with. So the more people speak about it, the more people will be aware, and then we can try and make a change.